The transfer window has come and gone. How did your team perform? Who do you think won this transfer window this summer? So many teams signed. Chelsea signed, Arsenal signed, Liverpool signed. So many teams in the Premier League signed so many players. And let's talk about these teams in the next few minutes concerning this summer transfer window in the Premier League. So if you're new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel as we find out who, to me, won this summer transfer window in the Premier League. And to you, who do you think won this, summer transfer window? Now let's talk about the first team in Arsenal. Arsenal made series of signings this season. They knew that they need to make a statement going into this season. They knew that they need to challenge and win the Premier League this time around. They've been very, very close in some couple of years. They don't just want to compete this season. They want to go ahead and make one better. They want to go ahead and win the Premier League. They made series of signings. Just yesterday, they signed a campaign before the end of the transfer window. They've signed Madueke. They signed Eberechi Eze. That was a statement signing. They signed Gyökeres. That was the marquee signing. They signed so many players this summer transfer window. Now, how do you rate these players? How do we rate these players going into the season? To me, I think the best signing for Arsenal this season has to be Eberechi Eze, because this is a Premier League proven player. This is a player who understands the Premier League. This is a player who understands this player who understands how to win, because he won a trophy. He won a trophy, 2 trophies with Crystal Palace, the FA Cup, and also against Manchester City. So this is a player that understands and knows how to win. It's a very good signing to me, to Arsenal. Victor Gyökeres came all the way from Sporting Lisbon. Very good player who scored so many goals. Fantastic record at Sporting Lisbon. He came to the Premier League and came to Arsenal. He came to strengthen the team with Arsenal. Noni Madueke, a Premier League proven player, in the Premier League, who has played for Chelsea, who understands the Premier League. He has been there for 2 years, so he understands the Premier League per se. Christian Nogard came all the way from Brentford, did so well at Brentford, to Arsenal. That was a very good signing to me. Zubimendi also was a very good signing to me, who came to Arsenal. So that, to me, is a very, very good deal for Arsenal. I don't think I'm missing any other player. Kepa came off all the way from Bournemouth. That was a very good signing also to me for Arsenal. So Arsenal this season has a very, very good signing. To me, on the scale of 10, let me know what you will rate that. But to me, on the scale of 10, I will rate Arsenal summer transfer window. On the scale of 10, I will rate them 7, because that was a good transfer window for me. Now, going to Liverpool. Liverpool made series of transfers this summer. Liverpool bought the likes of Kekes, Liverpool bought the likes of Frimpong, Liverpool bought the likes of Leonie or Gioni or Leonie. That about Liverpool bought so many players in. They brought Florian Wirtz in, they brought Ekitike in, and the big one, they brought in Isak. That was a marquee signing. That was a statement signing for a team who just won the Premier League, for a team who wants to compete for the Champions League, for a team who are currently the defending champions and the winners of the English Premier League. That was a statement they made. They went to the market, they signed fantastic players. Yes, they were not able to get Maguire towards the end of the summer transfer window, but the kind of transfers they made was fantastic. They also sold players as well. Liverpool bought a record 400 million plus players and sold also 200 million plus players for them. So that was a transfer spending of a net of 200 million, and that was a good summer transfer for me. They've strengthened their defense, right back, left back, center back. They strengthened their midfield in Florian Wirtz. They strengthened their attack with Ekitike and Isak. So to me, that was a very, very good transfer window for Liverpool. And for a team who does want the Premier League, for a team who wants to win the Premier League again, for a team who wants to compete for the Champions League, that was a fantastic window for me. And how would I rate them? I would give Liverpool a 9 over 10, because if they have gotten a defender in Maguire, I will give them 10 over 10. But to me, that was a fantastic signing for me, because for a team who does want the Premier League, going to strengthen the win again, that is the statement they've made, that they want to retain they want to retain this league. They want to retain. They also sold good players as well. So that was a 9/10 for me. I think Liverpool did well in the summer transfer window. Now we'll not talk about Chelsea. Chelsea made series of signings this summer. They signed the likes of Gerard Hato. They signed the likes of Jamie Gittins. They signed the likes of Esteval. Come after he was loaned out though, but he came back. They signed João Pedro. They signed. Trust me, Chelsea did a fantastic job this summer in signing those players. Yes, they might not be the biggest of the biggest names. Yes, they might be, very young players, but they did a fantastic job in the summer transfer window. Now, to Chelsea fans, they don't think Chelsea did exceptionally well because Chelsea did not get that very good defender they are looking for, that centre back they are looking for. Why? Because of, the injury, to Colwill. So Chelsea fans needed something in that defense, but Chelsea was not able to get that in that defense. But the likes of Esteval was a very good callback. They brought in also Santos, who was brought back on loan. They brought in Delap, who was bought for 30 million, who did so well. They brought in João Pedro, who has been making statements, 9 goals as assists in 8 games. That was a very good one for me, and he's proving, already showing that he might be one of the very best signing in the Premier League this season. So that was a very good signing for me. Jamie Gittins has not really showed the spark yet, but that is a special player. That is a special talent bought for Borussia Dortmund. Down to Chelsea. So Chelsea has been making transfers. Bunanote was another good player who was brought towards the end of the transfer window after the injury to Cole Palmer. So Bunanote, that is already good talent that was brought in. Chelsea needed to make a statement after winning the Club World Cup, but Chelsea still went into the market and did what they've been doing in the last couple of seasons, buying young players and expecting them to blow up and do well in the Premier League. So to me, I would rate Chelsea transfer window a 7/10 for me, because that was not what all Chelsea fans wanted in the terms of names. But to me, it's a fair transfer window for Chelsea. So I give them a 7/10. Why? Because of the transfers they made, the sales they made. Chelsea made over 10 to 15 sales this summer, and they generated a record and a whooping £300 million on the market. That was a very good transfer to me. Now let's talk about Manchester City. Manchester City made some nice signings this summer. Tijani Reinders came all the way from AC Milan. That was the best midfielder in Serie A last season. Very good player who did well in his first couple of games for Manchester City. Also they brought the likes of Sheki. Sheki came all the way from Lyon. Very good player as well. He's currently injured, but that is a very good signing to me. Also, the likes of Mamouche came in January. They brought in some other good players as well. I'm trying to get the names, but they made a very good summer transfer window to me. They brought in Ais Nouri from Wolves. Good player who is Premier League proven, who is very good attacking wise. So that is a very good signing to me as well. I don't know if I'm missing any other name, but to me, Manchester City has done well in the summer transfer window, bringing in names. Oscar Bob is back from injury. They sold some players as well though, but Manchester City has done well. I think they brought in 4 to 5 players in the summer transfer window. So to me, Pep Guardiola needed to do something this season. Pep Guardiola needed to challenge again for the title this season, because last season he wasn't able to challenge too much for the title because of lack of form and players getting old and all of that. They've lost Malena Konji to Inter Milan. They still needed to replace that centre back, which they didn't do. But that being said, Manchester City needs to pick up themselves this season, but with what they've done in the transfer window, I think they've done well. I think they've strengthened, but not up to par as what I wanted or what Manchester City fans wanted all over the world. So to me, I will give them a 6/10 in the transfer window with the kind of players they bought in replacing De Bruyne and the rest. But I will give them a 6/10. Now to Manchester United. Manchester United went into the transfer window hoping to change their fortune of last season. Last season for Manchester United, they didn't really perform very well. It was a season to forget for Manchester United, having lost the Europa League to Tottenham Hotspur and finishing 15th or 16th on the log. That was an embarrassing season for Manchester United. They needed to go into the summer transfer window and get quality players. They needed to go into the transfer window to change the fortune of the club. They needed to go into the transfer window to challenge this season, at least qualifying for Europe. They went into the transfer window. They bought the likes of Mbeumo Mbeumo, which was a very good signing for me. They bought the likes of Cunha, which was a very good signing for me. Premier League proven players. They score goals, they make assists. They are a very good signing. They needed a striker. They sent Højlund on loan and they bought Sesko. Very good player also from Leipzig, who has not really found his form yet in the Premier League, but he is a good striker who has the potential to do better in the future. So that was a good signing for me. Manchester United replaced their front three. They brought in Cunha, they brought in Mbeumo, and they brought in Sesko, which was good for me as well. They finally, before the end of the transfer window, they went into the market and changed the situation of the goalkeeper, issue. They brought in Samuel Lemens from Royal Antwerp. So that to me was a very average move for me, because I wouldn't rate that goalkeeper yet because we've not seen him play. I have not seen him play, and I know most of Manchester United fans haven't seen him play as well. The summer transfer window would have been correct and complete for Manchester United if they had gotten quality goalkeeper like Martinez from Aston Villa, which that deal, actually fell through. But it is what it is for Manchester United. I hope this season they do one better and they do better than last season. They have not started the season very well, but that being said, they can change the fortune of the season. But it is what it is for Manchester United. To me, I would rate Manchester United summer transfer window because they supposed and they needed to get a midfielder, but they didn't get a midfielder in Beleba. But that being said, I will rate Manchester United summer transfer window a 5/10 because they needed to have strengthened the defense, strengthened the midfield, and also they strengthened the attack. But it is what it is for Manchester United. Tottenham Hotspur this season is another club that had a fantastic summer transfer window. They went into the market, and first thing first, they got a coach. They knew that they already sacked their coach for last season, which was Postecoglou, who won them the cup. That's the Europa League. Now they needed a coach. They went into the market and they got a quality coach in Thomas Frank from Brentford. That was a good signing to me. Now they needed to strengthen the team. Now they needed to rebuild. Now they needed to, strengthen the team, form the team that won the Europa League. And first thing first, they went into the market. They got a very good attacker in Mohamed Kudus from West Ham. Quality player, quality signing. That was a statement on the market for Tottenham Hotspur, and I rate them so high because of that signing. Now they didn't stop there. They went into the market. They made Matistel deal permanent. That was a very good signing for me also. Now, another player they signed also was another good statement signing. Xavi Simons was a good signing. They've been disappointed a lot this summer. So many players they wanted to get, they couldn't get. But we're not going to talk about those disappointments. They're going to talk about the positive side of Tottenham Hotspur this season. They went into the market. They got quality players in the team. I must have been missing some names, but what they've signed this season has been quality. Paulinho came all the way from Bayern Munich. Fantastic player who is Premier League proven, 30 years experience in the Premier League. That was a very good one for them at Tottenham Hotspur. And I think they also signed a defender as well. So Tottenham Hotspur was very good. They went into the market. They brought in PSG striker Kolo Muani. Very good signing to me on a season-long loan. So to me, they've strengthened the attack. At this point, Tottenham Hotspur have 3 strikers: Richarlison, Kolo Muani, and Solanke. So that is something that they have to pick from this season. They've started this season very well. 3 games, 2 wins and 1 loss. So to me, that is a very good one. They won against Manchester City away from home. That is a good one. And to me, that their coach, they were going to do something very, very good this season. So I will rate Tottenham Hotspur this season a 7/10 because they've done well. They've gone into the summer transfer window and recruited very, very well. And the team that won, surprisingly, the summer transfer window to me is Sunderland. Are you surprised? Sunderland won the summer transfer window to me. The kind of signings they've made has been fantastic for a team that came all the way from the Championship, came into the summer transfer window, came into the Premier League rather. They brought in the likes of Xhaka. They brought in Mukiele. They brought in Ronaldo from Atletico Madrid. They brought in Brian Bobe as a striker. They brought in so many young talents. That is a very good summer transfer window for me. They've bought over 12 to 13 players, in as much as it is not good to buy too many players in one summer transfer window. It is a strategic move for Sunderland because they've not only brought in young players, they've brought in experienced players. They've mixed youth, they've mixed experience, mostly experienced and Premier League proven players in the squad, and to me that will help them win, or that will help them stay in the Premier League this season. In 3 games, they've won 2 and they've lost 1. So to me, I think that is a very good return for me, because they defeated in the first game 3-0 to West Ham. That was a statement. And to me, I think Sunderland will do very well this season. Sunderland is the team to watch this season. And don't keep your eye on Sunderland. Don't turn away from Sunderland, because they're a very good side this season. I tip them to finish from 13th to 15th. That is what I think Sunderland will finish this season. Tell me how you rate Manchester United. Tell me how you rate Manchester City. Tell me how you rate Chelsea, Liverpool, and Arsenal. On the scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate these teams? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you are new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, join this family, hit the notification bell, and always share your thoughts in the comment section. Until I come away again next time, I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.